Hi everybody, welcome to Deb's Way, and today we're in my kitchen because I am going to bake a cake. What else am I supposed to do when William reads the pantry and he finds a cake mix for a German chocolate cake and the frosting to go with it, and he says he'd like me to make that. What else can I do but make it? So I'm going to use my Wonder Pot to bake it, and I'm going to take you along on the journey of that and show you what it's like to bake a cake in the Wonder Pot, okay? And I'm assuming you can do the same thing in an Instapot. I guess I'm preparing my mind for the idea that in the near future I'm going to have to get something like an Instapot, so I'm hoping I can do the same sort of cooking things that I do in my Wonder Pot in a new Instapot when it comes time, okay? But anyway, today I'm using my Wonder Pot and I'm going to bake a cake. So let's get started. Okay, well I've already mixed up the cake mix here, and it is a Duncan Hines that I'm using this time. It's a Duncan Hines signature German chocolate cake, and I just followed the directions on the back of the box. There's 1 cup of water, 3 large eggs, and 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. And I did use Crisco this time. Usually I use a coconut oil, but I didn't have any on hand, so I just used Crisco. And I've already floured. I generously flour. Oiled and floured my pan here that I'm going to use, and I'm cooking the cake in my Wonder Pot. So this is the batter that I've mixed up with all the ingredients added to it. Let me add that to the Wonder Pot. Okay, very nicely. That's good. Everything is in the pot. Okay, even that back up. I'm going to put it in my Wonder Pot on bake cycle. It should go for about 50 minutes, and that's 50 minutes. I'll check it to make sure that the cake is completely done through the center. If not, I'll put it on for about another 10 minutes and check it after that and see how it is. And check it every 10 minutes after that if it's not done yet. It does take longer to bake a cake in my Wonder Pot, but they turn out so nice and fresh and moist. So that's how I bake cakes now. I'll show you what it's like when I'm done. When I am done after the cake has cooled, I'm going to be frosting it with coconut pecan. And in case I need it, I have another container of this same frosting. Typically, I cut the cake itself in half, and then I'll frost in the middle of the cake, put the top layer of the cake on top, and then frost all the way around the cake and on top again too. Okay, so anyway, let me get this in the Wonder Pot and get it baking, and I'll show you what it's like when it's done. So hang in there. The cake is done. I gouged it a couple times in the middle to make sure. It actually went for about 90 minutes, and that's quite a long time. Usually I only go for maybe about 60. Anyway, I'm going to flip it over on the plate. There is the cake. Okay, so I'm going to cover it and let it cool, and then I'm going to cut it in half there. Turned out pretty good. Okay, I'll show you what it's like later after I start frosting it. The cake is nice and cooled off, so I'm going to cut it in the middle here. And it doesn't have to be exact science. I'm just slicing it in half in order to put frosting in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to remove the top layer. Just put it aside for right now. Got a paper towel off to the side here for that. And I'm going to put frosting here, then put the top back on and get everything frosted. So let me get that going. And again, this is the chocolate pecan creamy supreme Pillsbury frosting. I'm going to need more than that in the center. Okay, and I'm going to put the top back on and get that all frosted. Goodness. And no, I'm not a good cake decorator, but I just do my best. And I'm glad the frosting was a buy one get one at the grocery store, because I am using 2 frosting containerfuls of this frosting to do this cake. And I'm not really putting it on real thick either. But I would say, since I'm using 2 containerfuls of frosting, I'm putting it on a little bit thicker than I normally do. And also, doesn't matter how thick it is, we love it. Don't we, William?
What's that, Lily?
We love this German chocolate frosting cake. Yeah. I got one little gap here. Let me fill that up with frosting. I think that looks, whoops, here we go. I think that looks pretty good. So that's our German chocolate cake dessert for tonight. Hope you're all having a good one. We are certainly going to have a good supper tonight. A fantastic dessert, that's for sure. But anyway, take care out there. I'll be talking to you real soon. Bye for now. I just cut into the cake. This is what it looks like on the inside, with a layer of frosting between the 2 layers of cake. Just thought I'd show you. It's very moist. Tastes really good because I already tasted it. We're about ready to have our dessert. Our front yard decorations for this year. Just a little bit different than in the past, but they'll do for this year.